From time to time I get asked what is the best way to start winding transformers, and what is the best transformer that would be my first transformer to wind if I'd start all over again. If you think about it, what is the simplest transformer you can wind apart from it being a choke, of course? Just like with counting where we start from 1, I think the easiest way to start is to wind a 1-to-1 output transformer. First of all, it is a low voltage device, working with line voltages so it's safe. Second of all, you just need a single gauge of wire. In this example, I will be using 0.25mm wire, but you can use 0.18mm or 0.2 or anything along those lines. It's not really critical. This build doesn't require many materials, and you can find many old similar-sized burned-out transformers to reuse the core and bobbin from. You also don't need any insulating material. And the best part of it is that you don't even need to do any calculations if you're using the same bobbin as I do or approximately the same. I'm using EI48 metric laminations 16 by 16mm bobbin. To check whether the desired number of turns will fit your bobbin, I will use my free online stack fill calculator. You can find the link below. We select the bobbin size from the drop-down menu, and on the right we can type in the number of turns and the thickness of wire we will be using. Usually the dual coat enamel wire is slightly thicker than the nominal value, but for this calculation it is close enough. We can see that we are able to easily fit our wire to the bobbin we selected, even with sloppy winding technique. To demonstrate such sloppy winding technique, I will be using my hand winder. I'm using a PCB bobbin with pins, but you can check my older videos where I show in detail how to solder the leads if you wind with no pins. We wind 500 turns of primary and try to move consistently slowly from left to right, and then back from right to left, not to make too much uneven build-up. If you will feel a burning sensation on your fingers, you have two choices: to ignore it or to find two pieces of felt and feed the wire between them. Then I wind the secondary without any insulation in between. If I remember correctly, the dual coating on the wire is good for something like 7 kilovolts or something like that. And a few volts we are using it for the line level is not of concern, especially when you pot it. Since this is not used in a classical single-ended fashion with DC in the primary, we will insert the E laminations first, one piece from one side and the other from the other side, interleaved. After interleaving them, we insert the I laminations in the gaps that remain. Finally, we screw it all together and we are ready to pot the transformer. For potting, you also don't need anything fancy. You can use the clear polyurethane, enamel or lacquer from the hardware store. Just dip the transformer for a minute or so, and then let it dry overnight. To test the transformer, you can connect it to any line level device, even without an amplifier. With this transformer, I want to use it as an output transformer for a microphone preamplifier I built recently. Contrary to popular belief, you can use 5534 op-amp to drive the transformer without any power transistors or anything like that, so you can drive the output transformer directly. I wanted to build a simple, compact, easy to assemble, cheap preamp that I can use as multi-channel input, so I can then drive outboard gear with it and have a relatively transparent and clean preamps. I designed the PCB boards and had them made. It is very easy to assemble, and if you would like to build one, I'm including the schematic and Gerber files so you can have the boards cheaply made as well. I built an ugly prototype to test it. And if you're wondering how this preamp sounds, you can just listen to this video once again. If you would like to learn how to wind your own transformers and calculate them, check the links in the description for the calculators and tutorials. Thanks for watching.